welcome to GP Kids. How was your week? Mine was awesome. And are you ready to sing some songs? I am. Then let's go. Are you ready to watch a Grace Link? Okay.
Hello, boys and girls. This is Aunt Fernita, and I have a wonderful story for you called A Special Supper. Today's memory verse is John chapter 13, verse 1. It says, "He now showed them his love." The message for today's story is we praise Jesus for showing us his love. Who reminds you to wash your hands before you eat? A long time ago, Jesus helped his friends wash before supper, but it wasn't their hands he was concerned about. "Peter," Jesus said quietly, "take John with you and go into the city. Look for a man carrying a jar of water and ask him where we will eat the Passover supper this evening." Peter and John soon found the man Jesus had described. He showed them a large upper room where everything was ready, even a large jar of water and a basin and towel for washing their feet. But something was missing. Usually, a servant washed everyone's feet before this special meal. But there was no servant. Each of Jesus' helpers looked forward to having his feet washed. Dusty roads and warm weather had made them very tired. Soon Jesus and the rest of the disciples came and sat down at the table. Peter decided he would not say anything about not having a servant, and the rest of Jesus' friends didn't mention it either. No one wanted to do the work of a servant. Then Jesus stood up. Without saying a word, he took off his coat. He wrapped a towel around his waist like an apron and poured some water into the basin. Then Jesus began to wash his friends' feet. Quietly, he moved from one to another. Most of the disciples were very embarrassed. They remained quiet. They knew Jesus was the Son of God. They knew that they should be washing his feet, but no one moved to help. When Jesus finished, he sat down. "Do you understand why I washed your feet?" he asked kindly. The disciples listened closely. "I am your teacher," Jesus said. "I am your Lord, and I am giving you an example of how to treat other people. Serve others. Help people. Act as I do." Jesus smiled as his disciples nodded their heads. They did understand, and they would always remember. Then Jesus broke some bread into pieces and gave some to each of his friends. He took the grape juice and passed it to everyone. He told them that the bread was to represent his body, and the grape juice his blood. "Take this and eat it," he said. "Do this to remember me." Today, when you see people washing each other's feet and eating and drinking the special bread and juice in church, it is to remember Jesus' unselfish life and death on the cross. He wanted his disciples to treat others with love, as he did. And Jesus wants us to treat others with love, too.
This podcast is produced by Gracelink.net at Studio El Piso, Singapore. For more children's resources, please visit Gracelink.net.
It's story time with Mr. Willard.
Howdy, boys and girls. How y'all doing today? Mr. Willard here, and I want to talk to you about something. I'd like to illustrate something. Have you ever fell and hurt yourself and got a skin place on your elbow or your knee? Boy, that hurt, didn't it? Or get a thorn in you, or a splinter in your finger, or you fell and got a big old bruise on your side or your arm or something like that. That hurt, you know. And then when we get older, well, then we get all kinds of diseases like mumps and measles, even COVID, you know, and stuff like that. And you know, this life on this earth is full of pain and stuff like that. It just hurts this old body. But the Bible says when the Lord comes, we get a new body, an immortal body that won't hurt no more. No more splinters, no more bruises, no more cuts. Maybe some of you had to go to the doctor where you had to have a cut sewed up. That hurt. But when the Lord comes, he's going to give us a new body. The Bible says that when the Lord comes, he's going to change us in the twinkling of an eye. Boys and girls, how long is a twinkling of an eye? Not very long. So I'm going to demonstrate that today. I've got some corn in this pan, and we're going to watch and see how long it takes to go from kernel to popcorn. Now I'm going to show you what a kernel looks like. Here we go. Yep, there's a kernel right there. That's a popcorn kernel, and we got several of them here. I'm going to show you here together. You'll see those? Those are popcorn. Those kernels. But when it's changed to this. Now, how long does that take? In the twinkling of an eye. Now we're going to watch how long that is. Because when the Lord comes, we're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. That's going to be pretty quick, boys and girls. So I've got some popcorn here. We're going to be able to look through the lid right here and see what happens. Yeah. Let's see. I think we already got some action going in there. I'm going to see if I can show you how. Yeah. Can you see that, boys and girls? So, how long does it take to change from this to this? All of a sudden it just pop. Well, let's see if we can see that a little bit better. Whoa! Look at that! Whoa! Wow. Boy, we got something going on here. That's how quick it's going to happen. The Lord will change us in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye. How about that? It's pretty quick. So that popcorn kernel changed from a kernel like that to a popcorn like that. Pretty quick. And that's how fast it's going to be when the Lord comes. He's going to change us, give us all new bodies that won't hurt no more. That'll be a special time, won't it, boys and girls? Because the Lord wants to do that for us because He loves us. He wants to keep us with Him forever and ever. So I look forward to that day, boys and girls, and look forward to seeing each one of you there with me. Till next time, boys and girls, y'all be good.
Slapstick Theater. Daniel and Nebuchadnezzar's Dream. This is Daniel, who was a Jewish man who was taken to Babylon when he was very young. Daniel served in the king's service as a wise man. The king of Babylon was a man named Nebuchadnezzar. And one night he had such a disturbing dream that he couldn't sleep. He called in some of the wise men of his kingdom and demanded that they tell him what he had dreamed. The wise men said, "Tell us the dream, and we will tell you what it means." But the king told them that they must tell him what the dream was and what it meant. If they did, they would be rewarded. But if they didn't, they would be severely punished. The wise men asked again for the king to tell them what the dream was, and they would tell him what it meant. But the king wanted them to tell him what the dream was. The wise men said that the king's request was impossible, and that no one except the gods can tell someone a dream. The king was furious when he heard this, and ordered that all the wise men of Babylon be killed. Because of the king's decree, men were sent to find and kill Daniel and his friends. When the men arrived, Daniel asked why the king had ordered such a thing. The men told Daniel what happened with the king's dream, and Daniel went at once to the king to ask for time to tell the king what his dream meant.
Fine.
Then Daniel told his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, to pray to God to show them the secret of the king's dream. That night, God showed Daniel the secret of the dream in a vision. Daniel praised God for this and then was taken to the king.
Come on.
Daniel said, "There are no wise men, enchanters, magicians, or fortune tellers who can reveal the king's secret. But there is a God in heaven who reveals secrets, and he has shown King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in the future. Now I will tell you your dream and the visions you saw as you lay on your bed." And so Daniel told the king what his dream was and what it meant. The king bowed before Daniel and praised him. The king said to Daniel, "Truly, your God is the greatest of gods, a revealer of mysteries, for you have been able to reveal this secret." Then the king promoted Daniel to be the chief of all the wise men, and also promoted his friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, in the king's court.
Hello everyone, it's time to color. But before we can color, we have to draw our character. And our character today is Nebuchadnezzar. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a big L in the middle, just like that. Then we're going to connect this and we're going to make his nose. So we're going to make 2 circles here and another circle here. And in the middle, we're just going to start coloring it in for his eyes. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one line and go all the way across. All the way across, just like that. Then we're going to make a curve right here, and we're going to make his beard. Ready? Good job. Way to go. Next, we're going to take a line and we're going to go across his face, but not over his nose. Stop. And then go across. And here we're going to make his mustache. Ready? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Looks like he has big teeth. But that's his mustache. Then we're going to do a circle to make him smiling. Way to go. Next, we're going to take this line and we're going to make an upside down C to make his ears. And on this, I'm going to do the same thing, an upside down C. Now we're going to find in the middle and we're going to make a sort of like a cloud shape. Ready? So we're going to go up, down, and then across, just like that. And we're going to connect that. Then we're going to make his crown. So we're going to go here. We're going to make a rectangle here. And then go across. Then come down. Good job. Now we're going to make his crown. So we're going to take a line from this corner. We're going to go out like this. And out like this. And then we're going to make sort of like a canopy, like a tent. Then we're going to put two lines. Ready? 1, 2. Great. Then we're going to make his hair. So we're going to come out here and make his circle for his hair. And we're going to come out here and make more hair. Because King Nebuchadnezzar had curly hair. Do you have curly hair? I bet you do. All right, now we're going to take and finish him off with some eyebrows. So we're going to make another rectangle above his eye here. And we're going to color it in. And then we're going to take another. And then color that one in as well. There you go, King Nebuchadnezzar. I hope you have fun coloring.
Thank you for joining us. It was so great that you came. See you next weekend.